What's up guys, how y'all doing today? My name is John, and whoa, that is a spike in the waveform. I'm gonna back up a bit. Alright, so today we're here with the guide for Reaper. And Reaper is one of the other champions. He's our last attack champion that we're gonna cover in the whole guide series. You'll know how to attack. You'll be a master at attack after this. So he is the other champion that's labeled as a 1-star difficulty. He's a pretty simple mechanical champion, but can be extremely effective he's extremely effective in certain situations. So, his main attack is his 2 shotguns, which, like D.Va and like shotguns in general, they're much more effective the closer you are, and they have a lot of bullet spread. So if you're trying to snipe someone, you're typically not going to do that great, but that's not what he's for. He's for up close and personal combat, you know? So, yeah, that's his main attack. I've had to get a list of his skill names up here because they're a bit weird. So, his E is a teleport. He basically, I think it's maybe a 3-second channel time there and back. So basically when you teleport, you can teleport to line of sight, and he basically disappears and teleports further ahead and so on. So that can be good for repositioning or surprising, say, a Widowmaker up on a ledge or something. So that can be very good for catching people off guard. And that's what Reaper's really good at. Reaper's really good at catching people off guard and then just demolishing them. Whether they're a tank or a sniper who's just, a bit squishy or whatever, he's great at that. Now, his shift is Wraith form, and that basically is what you just saw me do there, where basically you become invulnerable for, about 2 or 3 seconds, and while you can move faster, you're invulnerable, but you can't fire or melee. So I used it to try and get away from Winston there and his Winston's ult. And the last thing you just saw there was his Q, which is called Death Blossom. So that basically is just like an AoE around you. That's a teleport. An AoE around you, basically, if anyone's in that, they're probably going to die, no matter who they are. However, you are very vulnerable when you're doing it. You can move a bit, but you're very slow, and so you can be sniped by a Widowmaker, or, you can be taken out very easily. So, one thing I didn't know about Reaper until looking at his skill set here is that apparently he has a passive, which is called the Reaping, in which you collect soul globes to restore your health. I actually didn't know that was a thing. Apparently that's a thing. Anyway, what is Reaper good at? Reaper is good at... He's okay, so if Mei is like Luke Skywalker from Star Wars 5, I'd say Reaper's like the Spartan Laser from Halo. He's kind of more... There's not... Like, Mei needs a bit of setup, like, the tying the wire around the man's legs, AT&T's legs. Reaper just kind of goes in there and just blows things up. So, he's very effective against Winston and Roadhog and people, because obviously if Roadhog pulls you towards him or Winston jumps onto you, they're point blank range, and that's where Reaper's most effective. So they're kind of, they're doing your job for you, really. So he's really effective in those situations. He's also really good at taking, catching people off guard. So for instance, it was Widowmaker up on a ledge, you can TP up behind her and just blow her face up with a shotgun, and that's really, really good for, because also, if you're a Widowmaker and he teleports up behind you, unless you see him, you're kind of in trouble. Unless you can grapple away, you are likely not going to survive. Like, I've had it where I can see the teleport, and if you see the teleport channeling, you can actually headshot him before he's even able to move. So when you start to reappear in your TP, your teleport, you can actually be killed, but that is providing they actually see you and they have time to line up a shot. If they're just not a good Widowmaker, they will not be able to do that. So you pretty much have a guaranteed upper hand there. Who is he weak against? He's weak against people who are out of his range. So if you're, say I'm on the point here and there's a Widowmaker down the range, she would, if she's good enough, she'd be able to take me out with a headshot. Also good against, weak against Junkrat, I suppose, because he's not very tanky. So Junkrat can easily get a few concussion mine hits. Not his main attack. He can easily get a few of those, and then you're dead. Maybe 1 or 2 of those, and you're dead. So he's bad against people he's outranged by. So Soldier 76 would be good against him because he just outranges him. Right there, I was right up in his face, but that was because I came around the corner. He didn't expect me. But if he was down the range, he'd be able to kill me with his Helix rockets or his even just a main attack. So Wraith form is actually really good against Reinhardt. What you saw me do there, you see it again later on. Reinhardt charges me, but I was able to use Wraith form and just basically avoid us and then he's left himself vulnerable because he just slammed his head into a wall. And that, you know, I would always say hold your ult until you have a good space to use it, but that was kind of like an insurance policy for me, because I was stunned by McCree, and so I was just thinking he was going to come up and try and, because obviously if he's closer, it's more guaranteed that he's going to hit more of his Fan the Hammer hits. So I was just saying ult, and if he comes near me, he'll die because he only has 200 HP. So I would say be careful. Now that's what you saw. Basically, I was able to dodge this thing. Now I did get killed because it was only me on the point, but I did avoid his charge. So you know, there's a plus in that. I suppose. What was I saying? I suppose if you think your ult is gonna do you good, then do it. Like there, I was thinking that if McCree tries to come up near me and kill me, I will kill him first because I'm using my ult. He didn't in the end come near me, but I suppose I was none the worse off. And then Reinhardt charges off the edge. Yeah, so I'd always say just use your ult because it's there to be used. So yeah, I think Reaper's good against people when they're up close and personal with him. And he's not particularly great against Zarya. I suppose most people aren't good against Zarya for the reason that if you don't stop firing, it empowers her attack. And with Reaper, if you're up close and personal with Zarya, your shotguns do a lot of damage, and their damage isn't scaled so much off how much you fire, but how close you are when you fire. So if Zarya's right in front of you, or if she puts a shield on someone in front of you, it's going to be bad news for you, because you're going to empower attack with only one shot in it, maybe, you know, because if you're right up close to them and like in their face, you're going to do a lot of damage, and with only one shot. Also, good thing to note that Zarya's shield only blocks 200 damage. So if someone is in your ult and have Zarya's shield, yes, it will block 200 damage, but your ult does more than 200 damage. So it'll still kill them, but it will still empower Zarya's attack. It'll also bypass Reinhardt's shield. So that's something to note. Reaper isn't a very complicated champion mechanically, but you know, you still have to be able to get up close, and if your team comp doesn't fit that, then you're not going to be able to do work with him. But yeah, he's a very effective tank destroyer, and so I'd say that's his main purpose. If you have a Bastion, or if you have a Reinhardt, if you have a Winston or a Roadhog, any of those champions, he is extremely good at getting up in their face, or even just letting them come to him and just demolishing them and punishing them for their kit, you know? So, that's a lot of words, okay? But hopefully this guide has helped you. Hopefully you now understand how to use Reaper's kit to his best use. Now you can go forth and use this new knowledge in competitive and win some games. Remember to leave a like down below if you enjoyed the guide, if it helped you, more importantly. I got stuck in Junkrat's trap, but I used Wraith Form because you can still do that in his trap. And because of that, I wasn't able to be hit by Reinhardt's charge, and I wouldn't have been able to be hit by any of the projectiles. So yeah, that's been the guide, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Like I said, leave a like down below if you did. If you didn't like, leave a dislike. It's up to you. The playlist for other videos for Overwatch is down below in the description as well. Go check that out if you missed any. And also, if you're new, feel free to subscribe. That's it for me now, guys. I will see you tomorrow, where we'll be doing something a bit different, but I think you'll still enjoy. So we'll see you tomorrow. So today we're back. We're going to be finishing off our two last guides for our attack champions, which are Reaper and Solar 76. Starting off with 76. So today we're looking at Pharah, and Pharah is the one who rains justice from above, like your man from Breaking Bad, the one who knocks, and she's the one who rains justice from above.